some conclusive advice from the Holy Book in summary, and from what we practice today and what is happening currently. You are asking yourself, so how do you restore? How do we restore ourselves? Number one, the success of women to take over is very simple. Very simple. The answer to it is very simple. Yeah? Very simple. What has made women to go ahead of men, and they will still do, number one, is the power of many in a group. The critical mass. Where they come together as a group, they form chamas. And they stick to the rule, they respect themselves, and they do it. That is, you men, from the time of, from 1980, Kalenjin and other communities and people, we became accustomed to another culture of dependency syndrome, where we moved away from hard work to depend on easy money. We could not remain in our farms as men, but politics took us away from home. Then we followed people who are very powerful, and we got easy money. You stay around, hang around, and then when he comes, he gives you 20,000. And you know, 20,000, when you have cash, it is very easy to spend. Have you discovered that when you have free money in your pocket, it is easy to give out, isn't it? Economists can tell you if you carry cash, you mess with it. But if you can keep money, and in fact, they are continuing to discourage even to do money using mobile banking, because you access your bank night and day, and you spend it on things that you may not really account for. Restrain yourself until you are reasonable enough to use your resources. The power of coming together. One of the failures that men developed over the last 40 years, and it's not you, you blame it on us, your elders. We began to behave in a manner that creation of wealth is a mystery, so that you can surprise people by buying a new car. You are surprised you have a V8. You are surprised you are buying a house. You are surprised you are getting something, and you are not telling us where you are getting it. This one produced a very bad culture. And the community who are really used to selling ngano, that is wheat, they used to sell cows in mass. You are used to too much money. These people don't know how to survive kwa pesa kidogo, kidogo, kidogo. You know? I was telling somebody I was counseling yesterday from, just before I came, from Mount Kenya. I said, you are lucky you are a Kikuyu. Kikuyus are used to a culture of little saving. That when they close the door in the evening, whether it is 10 shilling faida, wanafungia ndani. 20 shilling, wanafungia ndani. 30, nafungia ndani. Ngapi, nafungia ndani. The culture of building uchumi. But us, who are pastoralists, we are waiting for a cow for 2 years. The 5th year we are selling it at 150,000 or 150,000 or 70. We sell. That is the time we celebrate now. You know, something like that. The power of many, critical mass, collecting piece by piece. We share wealth in terms of knowledge and support. We grow. So men, Be a member of a club. Be a member of an association. Be a member of a professional group. Create your own empowerment team where you come together and share your financial difficulties. The reason why our Somali brethren are succeeding is because the power of many and coming together. So they see you, you have the time, you have the capacity. They give you the money, go and invest. After a certain period, return it. I think, Boynet, that is what you know in energy. When somebody gets what we call a tender, and he says, I've been given a tender by government to supply oil, to supply petroleum. They will not allow that person to go and mess up with an opportunity they have gotten. It is their brother who has met. So they meet in the mosque, they decide, and they say, who is the rich here? They say, Mimi, like Boynet is in that particular team, all the people who deal with energy. They say, okay, yourself, wewe kunyo tender, umepata tender, yes. Then the brothers give you the money. In fact, without even written agreement. And when you get it, take it back. One of the problems we have is that you are too poor that even poverty has entered into the brain. That when you get people's money, you eat them, all of them, and go and hide yourself. So if you are a member of a group or of a club, you are able to guarantee each other. And you should do it. That time you do it in the name of God and support each other in real estate. Now they are buying the whole of Nairobi. And you think one person is buying. It is a group. They meet in Mogadishu. They meet in Kasikismayo. And they collect their money. They got it from piracy or they got it from anywhere. They trust each other and they give each other. And they have taken the energy sector. In fact, they are running our brothers from the mountain out of town. And now that they have been given the privilege to enter state and statehood in this country, I can imagine what will happen in the next 15 years. Sasa nyinyi wanaume, wanampenda Bwana Yesu. Mungefikiri namna gani? Mungefikirije? Na waomba mupate kuungana unganeni katika vikundi ambavyo vinainua uchumi. That's what I'm telling you. That is what your sisters, your wives, your daughters are busy doing. I meet them, they come and seek some help, they want me to connect them to certain areas, they want to be connected to some other places, and you wonder how they are really organizing themselves. So I want to tell you that there is no magic. You can still walk and gain your ground faster than ever. Mwanaume ni mali. Mbona unisikii? Nimesema mwanaume ni mali, ni chapa. Na Mungu hajakukataza. Mungu hajakukataza, ni vile hujakuwa strategic. You have not thought very well. The second thing our sisters are succeeding is that they are honest about their situation. Do you know they can't hide? They will explain to you. You talk about 5 minutes, and the next one is the basic needs, which is affecting the family. So a family came to see me, and the man is still talking like he's the king, and he has all it takes. The wife said, Baba Gurono, Jehovah, just talk to him. We are in deep, what we call desperate situation. The last property we had has been sold. We lost a job. We closed down business. We are being run out by people whom we are creditors to. My friend, Maunye, and they need a solution. So they tell each other. Somehow, if they don't get 100%, they get 50%. Their problems are solved. If they don't get 50%, they take 25. Koguru nyina ramuse muita utara kole. Again. When we meet with so and so, be honest, my brother, and be honest and share with one another. If you have a group you belong to, if Muse can tell you where we come from, elders used to share. Wasee wale walinunua mashamba hapa shamba miaka ya 1960s, 50s, 60s. Sababu Tarab Katono, Narab Ngo, Joanna, Nani, they themselves spoke to each other and they were open. And said, sina ngombe, sina pesa, mzee moja ako na ngombe amwambia ngogo ni ndeta si tunigo na. Yani Williban, kako bitimbare tenga purke, kako bitimbare tengo kapo tepole, kako liang pule. And they helped each other because they were open to one another. But as long as you want to surprise people, iraragugu gibarogo inege minoge angitengwedi, kotuni mugulda ile siage agiwendi one way. So the best thing I want to tell you, be open and open yourself, open up to one another. So form groups, associations, those who are in real estate, and you are 10 or 20, have a joint effort in assisting one another. Don't do alone as if you will be given some houses in Kapsoya alone, and you are the only one who is dealing with houses there, and you want to drive everybody out of town. You will drive them out of town, someone else will come and drive you out of town. Now, Eldoret is increasingly becoming a city. Those who are dealing with property soon will take over Nairobi, Eldoret, and it will be strangers. They will erect houses here, pop, 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 when you see a skyscraper, pop, pop, pop. Soon those who are living in this town may not be you people who are coming from around. It will not be the Gikuyus of Eldoret. It will not be the Luos of Eldoret. It will not be the Kalenjins of Eldoret. It will be the Luos who are coming from outside. It will be from other places. You will be displaced. So you better get yourself in order. You are identified with Africa Inland Church, Kapsoya. You are identified with the fellowship of the three churches. The way I hear you are moving from one church to another. That is the best way to go. But don't go alone only. And you need prayers, and there is time to pray, and there is time to share in terms of economic empowerment. You get someone talk to you about health, latest diseases, latest challenges that we face, and like I've mentioned to you about children. You are going to get it seriously. It is now there's a discussion in Europe, and Europe is in trouble. And in fact, the election of America will be based on this 2024. And it's going to be based on the election that will take place in the continent of Europe. We in Africa, we are going to reject that nonsense, to Takata. In fact, in Parliament, we have an African Parliament, and we are passing laws to protect families. That family is the smallest unit of our society, important in sustaining society. And when we come to you, you people speak to that in public participation, that you want the protection of families. Are you still there? Am I still talking to your people? I have said be honest to each other. Be honest to each other. When you are honest, you are able to tell what is hurting you. You are able to tell what... Because the one who knows the solution to your problems is you. It cannot be me. It cannot be anybody else. In fact, you can... Mamichi, hakuna mtu anayeweza kumaliza shida ya mtu isipokuwa mwenye kuelewa shida zake ni nini. That is what makes women move fast. The other thing that makes them to move faster is the environment that has been created favoring their empowerment, as I said before. That the law, financial, and also social campaign against the role of men. So you need to come up and be proud of your identity and believe that men in our society, actually our society is a patriarchal society where the man is the head of the family. Are you still heads of your family? Yes, I'm asking that question. I've answered quickly because it says yes. Are you still the head of the family, or you are heading jointly? Is it a joint venture, or actually you are the head of the family? Whoever is faster, let him lead, isn't it? You must define your family so that, and that definition comes from the man. And you can't define by becoming dictatorial. You define by becoming a provider of your family. Because if you are not providing, you have no sound. You have no voice. Who was telling us something this afternoon when we were having lunch? That the men, when called by the wives, that we are lacking this and this and this, are you coming? They said, no, I'm held up. Fanya ukarabati tu ile unaona inawezekana. Ni mchungaji alituambia. Ile gole ile. Tafuteni nini? Namna yoyote ili mupate chakula ya kufanya nini? Yes. You have opened your family. Be the head. And what you do now is that when food is in lower price, that is now unga, mahindi, nini, create a store for your family. And put maize enough to sustain your children for years to come. For many months while you are looking for something else. Because the first thing that really makes it difficult in running the family is that you need shelter. Do you hear me? You need food. Do you hear me? You need clothing. Do you hear me? You need medical care. Do you hear me? And you need security. So your family must be in a secure place and safe. So much that in case of any disturbance in the society, they can access security support or social support. So where you live is very important. So that's the first thing you need to convince yourself. Then you work hard. As you work hard, have in mind what do you want to achieve. You must have a residence, you must have food, you must have clothes, you must be able to take your children to hospitals, you must buy what you call insurance. If you succeed that you have income every year, then you buy insurance every year. That one will take care of the children, your wife, the little children. Even when you don't have any money, they have a card to go to the hospital. Insurance. When the NHIF will have been done properly, then you can put it there. If it will not cover, then you buy even a private one. We have the capacity to do that. And churches, I want to encourage you elders that you be able to buy insurance even for your pastors. It is so shameful when your pastor what we need to do, like a church like this one, is buy an insurance. Just give it. I have insurance given by Bunge, and it covers my wife. It covers, and we can go for dawa anywhere. So you can do that for collectively as a church. You men, what you can do when you are in the church, the first person you take care is the servant of God. And you have businesses. Even one man can say, I am the church, I want to give a policy for, because I think it is 100,000 or 200,000, something like that. How much is a comprehensive insurance? That I think it is. It cannot be half a million. It will be 200, 300, or 100 and something per annum, which is about 10,000 per month. Instead of doing that, you can have an annual giving and support the pastor. I'm talking about the pastor because I'm a retired man, so I have no boundary now. I can speak. Kebene, when he speaks here, atalaumiwa kwamba anajipendekeza. Mimi nawatetea sasa hawa, maana I'm a freelance. So inaonde sasa hiyo kama amelenda kwenye kuna mshahara hii. Wala kila treasure ama ujilo. Kijila wale nyaiba yote sasa nimeenda nyumbani so hakuna. So I want to tell you some of the loopholes, German. That's what we can do. I didn't say to think God is the healer, so insurance ko Mungu ile Jehovah. Lakini ngeke nuwa getinye lago. And we had a problem in taking them to hospital. Now I'm talking about collectively about the pastor. But you as an individual, you must have a policy. And I made sure in my family, I made sure my children, my family cannot miss where to live. And number two, they had medical service and they had a doctor. So I had a family doctor. When they were very young, I made sure, everywhere I go, my family is taken care of. That when they get sick as toddlers, my wife would take to a doctor and with a history of our family. Take care of your family, brother. Just move ahead. And then be proactive. When visiting your children, don't allow just a woman to be going to visit your son. Take a leave. Go, and that day you drive the car. Don't be driven. You become mkubwa kwenda kusalimia mtoto yako. Wewe unaendesha mwenyewe. And you go and stay in school with the children. Wakati mwalimu anatoa amri, sema kaeni upande ule. Wewe enda. Don't worry. Mambo ya hii vyeo vya watu hii utawachwa siku moja kwa mataa. In the same way you are lifted, the same way utafanywa nini? But family remains. So I want you to pay attention. Go to school, man. Go to school. Visit your school. Go and check your children, the progress of your daughter. Be available to them. Are raping their own children, the children of their relatives, and even others have turned to their own children. This is the truth. It is happening. That's why I'm talking to men. I'm telling you, ile moja kwa moja, I'm telling you freshly, the secret of society is held by lawyers, doctors, and spiritual leaders. The details we have, siri, kegitinye, ketungibendi kisengwet amagumwajinizi, kegingen. When you hear me say this, it is a real problem. Kasama kurenji, kasama boyeji, uruteji lago kwao, tembeleeni watoto wenu, mwende mwaone kwa shule. Every day, when there is a day of visiting, go with your wife. It is better your wife achelewe na wewe uwepo. Let them see the father. Because fathers are becoming a rare community in school. Finally, be part of leadership, and especially Christian leaders. Be part of leadership. Invest in leadership, political leadership. Do you know our sons that we never supported them? By the time they won and become members of parliament, members of county assembly, they become members of senate, they became detached from the agenda of the church. Because the people who supported them in campaigns are people who are brewing beer in town. Those who are in casinos in town are the ones who are supporting members of parliament. When they become members of parliament and when they are leaving, whom will they respect more? Masupporters, eh? And then you become in mstari ya mbele wakati wamechukua viti kuwa nyinyi ndio mnawaalika waje wajenge kanisa. Are you hearing me? The church must be part and parcel of the leadership. Muslims are succeeding because Islam is a way of life. It is their life in the mosque and it is their life outside there. Do you know, I'm now in politics. And I'm in the very center of it. I see things, what is happening. So we want, when one of you, one of us, feel that he has a calling to lead, let us support him. Give him funding. Let him be obligated to the church. The reason why Mois remain as a supporter of the church is that the people who put him in politics were church elders. He never forgot the church. The reason why the successive presidents that came never had any Adam of it, they never recognized the church, is because they never came, and no help came from the Catholic Church, nor even the Anglican Church or the AIC. Walingangana tu peke yao na wale wakachangia. Muguti mbijuni wale wengine wanachotea, wanaambia umepunguza mpaka naita, akiita Mr. Joanna wa kanisa, una nini ambayo unaweza kunisaidia? Nasema sisi tuna maombi tu peke yake, tutakukumbuka. Na wale wengine wakifikia simu sema wallahi tuko katika msikiti, waja niulize sheikh kama kuna mtu wako na kitu. Nasema tukuletee wapi? Tumepata 10 million. Tunalipa ndege yote inaenda, tunalipa nini ndio. Tungoje na mjua huyo mtu akipata kiti atawakumbuka nani? I am challenging you. I want to tell you what I have seen, what I have heard. Be part of the leadership in the country, because leaders have a very serious influence in society. You know, almost people listen to the politicians than the pastors. Yeah? Nangot koi tinguna wale ting. Iribe ga maba pisi tingin. Yela kanyende yele yang. Nogi pisai. Gemaman. So the best thing to do is to go where they are. We thank God for the leaders that have come now, who are taking people back to church. But you see, it is personal effort, not ours. We prayed, yes, but we have something that we need. So I'm asking you, as you invest in other things, remember to invest in leadership. So that we can get a chief from amongst us. So, Komi managing director, Komi general, Komi speaker, stop. Our people from the mountain succeeded for a long time because churches were part and parcel of investment in leadership. In fact, I was invited to the Baptist church in Nairobi, in Ngong Road. I was their guest. And guess who was receiving me as an usher at the door? It was the late former Chief Justice, active in office, Mr. Gishu. He was waiting for me at the door. He's Lord the Chief Justice. He was not being escorted by his escort. He was an usher at the gate. And he said, this is the house of God. I'm serving God here. When I'm in the chamber, I'm serving my country. Here, I'm serving the King of Kings. We want to be part of leadership. Kosa mom rengi. Ogibgega pesa fanya bidii so much that you are millionaires. In 2027, you should be among the people who contribute to the leadership that is coming 2027, 2032. You are part of it. You are able to call as elders. Then you meet in the office. Governor Minyoni, we want to support you. What we call the fellowship of men from the church. How much? 10 million or 5 million or 2 million. You go to church. Like nego ni sine elibutaman. Yani. Ziwe kama rafiki yangu ni na rablalang dial dagirgit. Ngo blombe. Ako ya campaign golonda ngabo nyang. So yo begrabi. O bekta nyo ko ba besi. Even when they are young. Don't mind when they grow up, when they are teenagers, you struggle with them. Wananguka kidogo, wanafanya nini, don't fear. So long as they have the seed in their heart. Bring your children closer to God. And walk with them on Sunday. When you are at home, bring them to church. And when you reach the gate, they go to the Sunday school provision, and you come to the church. Purpose. When you come out, you meet with your children and go home for lunch. Make sure they feel the taste of the Father. Let them run around. I was seeing chairman with a boy, and the boy was saying, this is the Bible of my father. Do you remember? We were seated there. And he said, this Bible has been left by my father here. I'm taking it to my papa. So he came up here and brought the Bible. Let them be messy that way, but they are gravitating in the house of God. Let them grow up knowing that there is a fear of God. So don't let your family away. Because if you do not bring your wife and children to church, then someone else will sort them out. Do you hear? God bless you.